General Absurdities, video number 2. As some of you may recall, although you're probably trying to put it out of your minds because of the horrifying nightmares. As some of you will recall, I did a video yesterday about the fact that Jason Ablewhite, the top councillor at Huntingdonshire District Council, is also in charge of the Police and Crime Panel. Who, incidentally, were supposed to be having a meeting, I think it was the 18th of November, I'm not sure, about part of my case. And shortly before the 18th, I got an email saying that someone had carried out a completely independent investigation and my complaint was vexatious. Which was weird, because I don't think I'd made that complaint before. But never mind. If you saw that one yesterday, you'll know what's about to happen, roughly. So the council banned me from all contact with them. They banned me from entering any... If I entered any council building, I would be asked to leave. And if I phoned them up, the call would be cut off and yada, yada, yada. And it's occurred to me, really, we pay their wages. Now, this is not specific to council tax, because when you pay your council tax, the council take it, and either on a monthly basis or at the end of the year, it all gets sent to Whitehall. Old Gideon, who's fourth cousin to the Queen, then decides how much each council should get and hands them a portion back. And I say a portion because it's guaranteed they'll get much less back than what they actually sent. So either through council tax or road tax or national insurance or the main revenue tax or anything like that, we're paying their wages. So this is not specific to council tax. But if I'm not allowed to talk to them, why should I pay my council tax? Do you know what I mean? And in fact, you could extend this, because Jonathan Ginogli's bent, we've proved that. So is Cameron, because no one's ever investigated any of this missing money. So what am I paying for, exactly? Because I'm not allowed to talk to them. Okay, I mean, I'm paying to have the bins emptied. That's about it. As far as directly affects me, isn't it? I couldn't care less if the park 300 metres down the road is completely overgrown and stuff. It's good. I'll never go there. So I'll pay for the bins being emptied. Why should I pay for the police? They haven't helped me. In fact, they tried to arrest me for exposing corruption. So why should I pay any money for the police? You know, in 43 years on this planet, I've managed never to set my house on fire. So I'm not paying for the fire service. But going back to the absurdity, can you imagine? You're not allowed to speak to the council. How much more dictatorship can you get? And you know what? If Emma Murden from County Highways, who wrote the letter banning me, or what's her name? Lancaster, Joanne Lancaster, the head of HTC, had apologised for that letter, I would have carried on paying. I told them that at the time. There was more letters they chose not to answer. Unless, of course, they were also stolen by MI5. And I read a blog the other day from a guy who hasn't paid his council tax for 3 years, and I forget his name now. And he said precisely the reason that, because when he stopped paying, he wrote to the council and he said he wanted the breakdown of this, that and the other in the law that says he must pay and whatever else, you know. but they don't answer. They're that fucking arrogant that they don't answer correspondence. They go away, little minion. Go away. You're not fit to speak to us. Go away. And this is the attitude you get, and this is what pisses a lot of people off. But there you go. That's the absurdity, and I don't think they've realised this yet. That is, Hitler would be proud of that letter. Seriously. I mean, what? You're not allowed to speak to the council? Well, who else am I not allowed to speak to then? Because none of the answering in my fucking letters anyway. Which I did highlight a bit of at the time, but I read the letter out by Emma Byrne because she said my approach an abusive language and etc. was not constructive. And I thought, well, 5, 6 years ago, I was perfectly nice and polite. I was perfectly nice and polite to the council, and they told me to fuck off. They said, well, we haven't broken any laws. No, there's not any money missing. And it's like, but it's not in your accounts, dude. That doesn't matter. No, we haven't stolen it. And I was perfectly nice and polite to the government ombudsman, and they told me to fuck off. In fact, they phoned me up and said, right, we phoned them and asked them if there was a problem, and they said no, so that's all right then. Seriously, I kid you not, that was the response I got from them, and I think I've covered that in previous videos. So that's what they thought their job was, a local government ombudsman, to investigate corruption. We'll phone them up. We'll ask them if there's a problem. There's an idea. Oh, they've said no. Oh, there can't be, can there? And I was perfectly nice to the auditor, and the information commissioner, and the police, and everyone else. In fact, for about 2 or 3 years, I was perfectly nice. It's just the last 3 years that I've found out they're a bunch of thieving fucking wankers. So I don't want to be nice to them anymore, really. So, that's really, what kind of country are we? They call this a democracy. They say we've got freedom of speech. No, I don't think so somehow. Anyway, I shall endeavour to carry on with my endeavours. And thank you very much for all the support, and thank you for watching.